Yeah, I got a sore throat yesterday. Not the ideal situation to be recording a video in, and definitely not how I wanted to start out my senior year. But we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about this year's Olympics. The 2024 Summer Olympics have concluded, and what an event it was. It had some of the wackiest moments in modern times, and I'm shocked more haven't happened in past years. Considering the internet has been around for at least 10 other Olympics, I thought for sure the online community would come together to capture every available opportunity to point and laugh from different people around the world. And I'm sure if the Tokyo 2020-2021 Summer Olympics weren't victims of COVID, we'd have more on the table. Anyways, I'm going to go over this year's Olympics. Obviously, I'm not going to recap every event because the video would be way too long and boring, but rather I'm going to simply talk about some of the wackiest moments that occurred. Also, clips might be very minimal because I don't know what the policy is for showing footage from the Olympics, but f it, I'll figure it out as I go. Starting off, let's begin with the opening ceremony that sparked some minor controversy, as the Greek party headed by a blue Dionysus gave impressions of the Last Supper. I'm not here to get political or shame the French for having too much fun with their inspiration. I'm just here to analyze the situation and give my thoughts on this, frankly, stupid controversy. Yeah, getting biblical in a global event might not have been the smartest decision in hindsight. However, since many of the references can be associated with art inspired by Greek mythology, which is where the Olympics originated, I feel like it shouldn't be shamed because it really feels like it was meant as a tribute to history and freedom rather than religion. Another bit of controversy involved the living conditions of Olympic athletes. Luckily, this one falls into something more silly rather than serious. So when competitors arrived, immediately they began showing off their beds that were made from cardboard. From this, rumors spread that it was as a means to prevent any nighttime cardio, if you pick up what I'm laying down. However, this was immediately debunked as video footage can be found online showing the durability of these beds to be quite remarkable in actuality. Yeah, I don't know who designed these beds, but they must have majored in origami, cause holy shit, that's actually impressive. On top of providing a quality biodegradable bed, event organizers also handed out 300,000 condoms to competitors, which accumulates to 20 per athlete. I mean, as this athlete shows, the beds were definitely strong enough for all kinds of movement, so I think it's safe to assume there was definitely some bull riding that went down in Paris. But on the upside, competitors also got a free custom Samsung flip phone, so maybe that helped prevent athletes from engaging in a game of leapfrog. There were some safety concerns outside the village, however, especially since on day one the Australian BMX team's van got robbed. Luckily, their bikes weren't in the van, so they were still able to compete and go on to place first for the women's division. But as for the rest of their stuff, they found it raided and discarded near a park bench. The worst part, they even ate their chocolates.
They ate your chockies!
What kind of criminal makes it their top priority to eat someone else's chocolates and then discard everything else that was stolen? The levels of casualness surrounding that robbery is admirable, especially since it was in France. Now obviously, this wasn't the only incident of robbery amongst other things at the Olympics, and it's worth mentioning that Australian athletes did find themselves victims in other nefarious acts that are rather serious for me to talk about. I just find it bizarre that it seemed to be only Australia that was targeted during the event, and this isn't going to be the only time I'm going to be talking about them in this video. French pole vaulter Anthony Ammirati lost his chance at a medal after a not-so-subtle wardrobe malfunction. Of all the times to be cock-blocked, live on global television is probably the worst. I mean, to be fair, he should have been disqualified for using two poles in the first place, But there is an upside to his mishap. It's rumored that the French pole vaulter was offered a porn deal from the website Cam Soda worth 20 million rupees, which is equivalent to 228,612.5 euros or 250k USD in exchange for a 60-minute web show. Minus the crowbar, of course. So hey, even though he didn't win gold, he certainly struck it, and while he won't be remembered for his skills on the mat, he'll definitely be remembered for his skills in the sack. Breakdancing was at the Olympics this year, and unfortunately, it was its last year as well. It's been confirmed breakdancing won't be returning in 2028, and if I'm being honest, I'm kinda surprised it made it this year. They could have had bowling, martial arts, polo. There were a lot of options that are more sport-related than breakdancing. On the plus side, we are getting baseball and flag football in 2028, so that's pretty hype. If this was truly its only year at the Olympics, what a way to go out. Australian breakdancer Ray Gunn went viral for her performance at the Olympics after what had to be one of the most unique interpretations of a breakdancing routine humanity has ever laid eyes on. Like I said before, I don't really know what the rules are for showing clips from the Olympics, so best I can do is show an edited version of the performance from TikTok.
Oi, go, oi, more passion, more passion, more passion, more energy, more energy, more footwork, more footwork.
I mean, this was art that was so beautiful, even the Lord couldn't help our eyes process what was witnessed. How she was able to qualify for the Olympics is baffling. I guess Australian art is on a whole other level. Unsurprisingly, she scored a 0 for her performance, but at the end of the day, she did leave a lasting impression with it, and for the country of Australia. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up the wackiest moments from the 2024 Summer Olympics. The results for this year includes the US placing first with most medals overall, China in second and tied with the US in gold medals with 40, Japan in third, Australia in fourth with 18 gold medals, and France placing fifth with 16 gold medals and 64 medals overall. Anyways, that ends this year's recap of the Olympics. Hopefully Italy brings us more crazy moments in the 2026 Winter Games, and maybe I'll get to bear witness to this spectacle come the 2028 Summer Olympics in Los Angeles. I just wanted to talk about this. That's really about it. So